The world's finest motor cars. The world's most discriminating collectors. The world's most passionate marketplace. The world's premier collector car auction house. RM Auctions presents the most prestigious and most exclusive vintage motor car auction events on Earth, where Ferrari sports cars share the stage with exquisite coach-built Duesenbergs, where American muscle meets German engineering, where the elite of the collector car world gather to bid on the cars of their dreams. RM Auctions began as a small restoration company in Ontario, Canada in 1979. Operating out of a garage, automotive historian and RM founder Rob Myers built his reputation as a renowned expert on vintage motor cars. And RM's restoration business thrives to this day as arguably the finest in the world. RM began hosting auctions in 1991. And today holds over a dozen sales each year across North America and in Europe, at exclusive locales and in conjunction with some of the vintage car industry's most elite events.
At $4 million are we done? So
records were made to be broken at RM Auctions, and to this day RM holds a number of worldwide records for hammer prices at auction, including the highest prices ever paid for a Packard, a Delage, a Duesenberg, a Mercedes-Benz, and a Ferrari. By 2007, having reached the pinnacle of the North American auction market, RM Auctions crossed the Atlantic and made a bold foray into Europe with two new flagship sales. The first was Ferrari, Leggenda e Passione. Held in May 2007 at the Ferrari factory in Maranello, Italy, 33 of the world's most sought-after Ferraris crossed the auction block, including the winning car from the 1962 24 Hours of Le Mans, driven by the legendary Phil Hill.
The sale was a great success. The star of the sale was the 330 TRI LM, which at that time sold for a new world record price for a Ferrari sold at auction.
The following October, RM held its second European event at Battersea Park in the heart of London.
It was over an £18 million sale with a 90% sales success rate. We, at that time, sold, I think, the most expensive Mercedes sold at auction. So in our first year, we had two extremely successful auctions.
In 2008, RM Auctions returned to the Ferrari factory in Maranello, where the top car in the event not only broke records, it created a sensation in Europe.
Genau deswegen wird auch unverschämt viel Geld geboten und genau deswegen ist die Versteigerung auch ein echter Krimi.
It was the 250 GT California Spider, short wheelbase, which was owned for 25 years by Hollywood legend James Coburn, and that car became the most expensive motor car ever sold at auction at over $11 million.
$6,250,000. Mr. Christopher Evans sold!
In the fall, Battersea Park was once again the site of another extremely successful RM auction, including a world record price for a McLaren F1 supercar.
We're delighted with our first steps into Europe.
RM Auction's success both in Europe and North America has been abetted by its first-class corporate partners, including legendary European auction house Sotheby's.
Every single association that RM tries to build and every relationship from a corporate perspective for our clients is to offer them the best, the most first-class experience possible.
In addition, RM Auctions has a unique partnership with the makers of the most exhilarating sports cars ever made, Ferrari.
I was talking a while ago with Rob Myers, who, as you know, is organizing with our team this auction, and I think it's the best combination because on one side you have Ferrari facilities where everything has happened for Ferrari over the last 60 years, and on the other side RM, who are the leader in the cars auction, so it's a winning team together.
That partnership's most public face is RM's annual sale at the Ferrari factory in Maranello, but it most certainly doesn't stop there.
All of the cars presented in the Ferrari auction are certified by the Ferrari Classic A department, and that adds a great deal of value and peace of mind for the prospective buyer of those cars. Every part has to be as it was when it left the factory. The Ferrari certification stays with the car for the rest of its life.
That kind of authenticity, that kind of guarantee is unheard of in the auction world. So it's really given RM a lot of credibility in terms of what we can do with Ferrari and what we can do with anyone's Ferrari, any client's Ferrari.
RM's expanding presence in Europe has brought an entirely new audience to the collector car marketplace, which has truly become a global enterprise.
With all of our relationships overseas and our development of companies within Europe, we've seen a lot of new buyers come to the table, whether they're South American, whether they're from Europe, Russia, China, the Middle East, the UK, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, some 30-year-olds. A lot of these people have never been exposed to the car collector world before, but with our international outreach and all of our relationships in Europe and worldwide, you're seeing a new generation of collectors come to the table, and they have an appreciation for cars you'd never expect. That's really what keeps the hobby alive.
That increased client base allows RM Auctions to excel at one of its core competencies: client services and relations. Thanks to RM's unparalleled relationship with its clients, RM events are more than simply car auctions. They're destinations for the most discriminating of collectors.
We're able to offer what I believe and what many of our clients believe is really the most exceptional customer service, administration, and overall business service that anyone coming to an auction would want. It's all about building relationships.
RM has been a great company to work with. Ever since they started in the auction business, we've been an involved participant, bringing our cars to their auctions because they have a professional staff and a fabulous audience and marketing program. RM Auctions is very, very professional and great to work with.
It's great doing business with RM. They've created a great venue. They have the buyers, they have the cars, and more than anything else, it's like dealing with a family. I know all the girls in the office, I know the partners, and they've always treated me very, very well.
RM is probably the finest auction company on the circuit today. It's a very easy company to deal with. They give a wonderful presentation, and they've got people in the office who really look after their consigners.
These events and this lifestyle that sort of accompanies these auctions are extremely unique in that, they're destinations. There are places where people get on the plane, they go to, they want to enjoy themselves. We try and do our best to help clients enjoy themselves because we realize that people are coming for the cars, but at the same time, we want to give them the most fun, enjoyable experience possible, and that goes beyond just the auction.
As the collector car market flourishes around the world, RM Auctions will continue to provide first-class client services, 5-star corporate partnerships, and of course, the most desired and sought-after motor cars on Earth.
It's a supply and demand industry, and the demand for exceptional collector cars and outstanding motor cars will never cease to exist. So it's really our job to find the supply and to find those outstanding cars for the people that need to be satiated to have and to own something so special. So it's what motivates us on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, and it's what solidified us over the last 30 years. There are going to be cars coming to market that haven't been available for sale for the last 20 years, 30 years. We know that we'll be in places as far as the Middle East possibly, or as near as Indianapolis. There's really no end to how far this business can go.
So, the RM